The easiest way to know something is wrong is to see it yourself, whether it's visiting your 3PL, looking at the numbers. In our case, the math didn't work out with our 3PL, right? It didn't matter if we had cut our revenue in half, 10x our revenue, the math didn't work out. So that was the impetus for looking. It just wasn't financially set up to be successful from years past. In looking at what we needed to solve the problem, I'll always believe that's an incremental, step-by-step, iterative process. Right? I don't encourage anybody to go out and get 3 new tools at once. Doesn't matter how big your team is. Until you implement one and understand how that fits in your ecosystem, you might not exactly know how the others are going to fit in. I do believe it's iterative. And most companies, implementing a new tool buys you time. Right? If you raise your hand and you say, the big problem is this tool, we got to implement this tool, you've bought yourself maybe 90 days or more, right, to be evaluated. We evaluate ourselves every day. We didn't switch any tool to get my boss off my back. That's just not a disease we have at Misen. We switched because we had a defined need, and the tool that we were using, or in many cases not a tool, we were running a lot of stuff on spreadsheets, didn't work. I'm talking small bets, right? Roughly $1,000 a month, maybe less, for each one of the tools that I mentioned. Those aren't big bets. Those aren't company bets. But anytime you implement a tool, it's going to be a time suck for the entire group, anybody that's touching it. So my advice is always do it in an iterative behavior, and the grass isn't greener. If somebody says their tool does 10 things, well, it probably does 2 things, right? Take everything with a grain of salt, make sure you test the heck out of it, 30, 60, 90-day free test drive, put it through the paces, and then decide is it a tool you want to keep.